Hi, I'm Jim Jordan with the Oregon Energy Healing Center, and today I want to talk to you about how we create the circumstances of our life and how the EE system can contribute to helping you create more of what you want in your life. So, first, I want to tell you my understanding of how we create things in our life, whether it's our health, our business situation, our relationships, the circumstance of our life. And the way I think it works is for the vast majority of us, it's done unconsciously. We are basically creating our life based on our past and our past experiences, our belief systems, and we are reacting to what life presents to us, whether it's an event in the world or a personal situation. So we're actually always creating our life, but we're not creating it consciously. So therefore, we often get the same thing over and over again. Now, my understanding of how I can change that is to basically, the more I'm identified that I am my body and mind and personal identity, let's say my story, the more I will create from that sort of reactive, fear based position or conditioned position. And in some ways, it'll be a good creation. Let's say I feel confident that I was a baseball player and I can hit a baseball, so I'll be able to do that because I remember that. And in other ways, it'll be based on my reaction to the past that was negative, like, oh, I had a divorce or I went bankrupt. And it's hard to break out of that cycle of reacting and sort of recreating the past over and over again. So the way to transform that situation is to basically raise our consciousness to the point where we are less identified as I am this personal story, I am this person. So that might sound a little esoteric to some, but I want to make it very practical. In fact, I remember many years ago, I asked a spiritual teacher if we have free will. And he said, not if you're identified as your mind and body. If you're identified as your mind and body, you're just going to be reacting constantly, biological reacting fear and or psychologically reacting to life based on your past. But implied in that is that when we're not identified as the mind and body, when we're identified as consciousness or connected to God, then we're capable of creating from freedom, free will. So what happened with me in the EE system when I first started investigating this, about that was 2 years ago, a little over 2 years ago. I went to Arizona and had a sort of a saturation period where I before we got the system here, I went to Arizona, had a period where I went like 3 times a week in an 8-unit system for about 5 weeks. So it's a lot of EE sessions, and I was just experiencing the relaxation, of course, that you all experience. I felt very connected to a higher part of myself. I would say my deeper true self. And I felt more relaxed, more confident, more at peace with myself. And out of that space, I ended up creating this essentially, the EE system. I decided I want to bring this to Southern Oregon. And I didn't know how to do it. I didn't have the resources to do it, but it happened and it was seamlessly happened. So I believe my ability to create this healing center here was concluding with the help of many other people, but that was initially my thought. It was a result of me having a deeper, more consistent connection to my true self in that 5-week period. And then from that space, I was not in fear or it's not based on conditioning. I just had confidence that this could happen. So this coming Friday, the 20th, one of our members, Kaya Kote, is going to be teaching a manifestation course in the EE system here that's available to our members. There's still a few openings left. So that is one way to get also not just being in the EE system to create with your own intention, but to get some tips and tools and techniques to help that she can teach you to help manifest more of what you want in your life. So the message is essentially the more you're identified as a separate mind body, the more you're going to be conditioned and reactive and creating from your past, which will create the same thing over and over again, which is what most of us experience to a large degree. The more you're identified with that part of you that's connected to God, that the more you have freedom. That's where free will comes in. Then you can put your intention into your 2 hour EES session or wherever you are at home, and you can let that start to unfold. And there's other ways to supercharge that, which Kaya will talk about. And then I have some other techniques if you're interested in getting more information on how to improve your manifestation. But starting point, I would say, is it doesn't have to be the EE system. EE system is one way in which you sort of expand your consciousness. But if it's meditation or qigong or whatever you do, but the EE system is an easy way to do it. Get into that space of connecting to your higher self or your broader self, and then launch an intention, and then be ready to clear out any obstacles to that intention, whether they're fears, aversions, anything you have, attachments to things that might be holding you back. Clear those out. Let the intention take hold in the unmanifest, and it will start to move into the manifest dimension, which is what I experienced 2 years ago when I was in the E system. So for those of you out there that still have packages and are not coming in for using those sessions, I would start to come in once or twice a week and start to use the EE system for manifesting not just your health, but other things in your life and other things that you want maybe for the world: peace, harmony, less polarization, more prosperity for our country and for the world. And we can do it together. So, but don't forget, if you want to get into that manifestation course, call the Oregon Energy Healing Center. We'll sign you up for that. The phone number is embedded in the notes below. And I look forward to seeing many of you this coming Friday. This is Jim Jordan with the Oregon Energy Healing Center, wishing you a great day.